So, super quick testimony before I get out of this library. I recently, I want to say like a few weeks ago, I had some very, very heightened warfare going on in my life. And things were happening where I was getting wary myself, right? And I started to get on YouTube. I always make sure that if there's a prophetic voice, I don't actually subscribe to their channels or follow them because I don't want to get into a place where I'm subconsciously looking for words, right? I believe enough in the Lord and His presence in my life that if a word needs to come to me, it's going to come. I don't need to seek it out or anything of that nature, right? So I said all that to say, I got on YouTube during this time where I was going through some struggles, and there was a specific minister who was putting out prophetic videos, right? And really just a channel equipping the body, right? Equipping the saints. And I specifically started to see warning videos and just basically videos touching on my exact situation that I was going through. And there were prophetic words in a sense, but it was more just, hey, I see what's happening. I got your back. Rise, rise, rise. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. And it was popping up consistently. And it helped me in a way, right? Because conviction is something that's going to either push you to complete holiness, getting back into righteousness, or it will keep you running away from God and doing things you shouldn't be doing. So, long story short, the guy, him along with other people, they ministered to me in a time where I needed ministry. Us as ministers, we go through mental struggles and struggles as well. Everyone falls short. Everyone goes through something. So if you think any minister out here, prophet, evangelist, anybody is a perfect person, they're just not telling you guys and being transparent like I will be. Because I don't care what y'all think about me. I'm just being honest. And I don't mean to say that any kind of way. I love each and every one of y'all. But at the end of the day, when it comes to how I'm viewed, I only care about what Christ says. Because He may tell me to do something that will make everybody mad. And if I care too much about how somebody views me, I won't do it, right? So I put all of my care in that area into the Lord. Anyways, I became, I got to a place where the mental struggles, things wasn't happening no more. And I started to rise out of the situation that I was in. And, I'm doing well, but the warfare is still there. And I went to a interview, right, for something that I'm doing or something that's coming up for me in the near future. And as I was leaving the interview, very spiritually elevated, very, very driven to, stand firm in my faith. I went to Walmart and I think I grabbed some bread or something. I was getting something. I can't remember what it was. And as I'm walking out of the Walmart, the guy from YouTube, who has a good following, right, walks up to me, real life, walks up to me and invites me to church. When I tell you, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, bro, you look familiar. He's like, oh, for real? He's like, I don't know. I'm just out here, doing the Lord's work. And I'm like, bro, I feel like I know you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've seen you before. He's like, well, I do YouTube as well. I got a cool following. Maybe you see me. And right there, it all clicked, right? And I'm like, wow. So I tell him the testimony. We pray it out. We made a little testimony video. And then he invited me to his church. And he just so happened to not even be that far from me. And I end up going to his church a few days later and meeting the people there. So I really just said all that to say, I really just got along with it with y'all right now to say, God is amazing at how He operates with His remnant, with the people who are really sold out, right? With the people who are really after His own heart, the people who really love Him and have submitted themselves to Him as living sacrifices. Sometimes we'll have some mental struggles to where we may have some doubts, right? Or something may go on. But those that are in the hand of the Lord, He is never going to leave, forsake. He's always going to show up for you, man. And He showed up for me so supernaturally recently. that it put me in a posture of not just getting back into a place where I'm just doing this consistently, but getting back to a place of just absolute fire. Because what happened could only have been God. It could only have been God. This was the same man that helped me get out of the struggles I was going through mentally. And he was popping up without me following him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look for words. I don't do that. I give prophetic words myself. I'm a prophet myself. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't go out and look for words, because that can misconstrue what I'm hearing from the Lord and things of that nature, right? This dude was just popping up randomly on the YouTube page, right? And obviously, if you start clicking on the channels, the algorithm will keep bringing them back. But originally, he popped up by the leading of the Lord, right? And then he's ministering to me, iron sharpens iron. He's ministering to me, and then I see him in real life. Not even that much later. And now I'm at his church, and we're fellowshipping. I really just hope that it's encouraged somebody out there. I don't know why I felt led to come out here and tell y'all this, but I do pray that this encourages you. Whatever you are going through, God sees it. He sees it, man. He sees it, and he does not intend to keep you there. All you have to do is put your best foot forward and trying to be the righteous man or the righteous woman that he's called you to be, and he's going to do the rest. I promise you that. And there's a lot of open doors happening right now when it comes to just thrusting his remnant into the forefront, into the front lines, right? But we have to get into a posture where our faith is high, right? And we're walking in obedience. So, little quick testimony. I pray that bless somebody out there. Mighty name of Jesus.